Hey guys, so I thought that I would share with you a little bit of an update on how school is going. Um, Starting tomorrow, I am halfway through my first term of my bachelor's degree, and this starts the midterm week. Um, I have midterms in each class, which is going to be awful. However, there's no like papers we have to write or anything like that because how these classes are, at least the two that I'm taking right now, is one week you'll have papers to write. Then the next week you'll either have an exam or an assignment to do, which we this week we did papers, and then starting tomorrow we'll have the midterms instead of having to write a paper or do another assignment. Um, so far, from what I understand, from looking at my grades, at least what's been graded so far, because not everything has been graded yet. Um, so far, I have an A in each class. I'm not sure of the exact percentage, just because of the fact that um, how things are graded at the college I go to is a little bit different than normal. Um, they put like the total number of points and how many points you got, but then they also have a percentage involved with that, and it gets a little bit confusing to read because it's all like smushed together. Um, so I won't know the exact letter grade of my class until like the week after class ends. So we are in week 5, and like I said, um, we have 10 weeks per term. So the only thing that I'm really worried about right now is being able to concentrate on my work stuff, my schoolwork, I should say. Just because, like, with the fact that we're moving and we have like 9 days from today until we have to move into our new place. Not that we have to move into our new place, but that is our move-in date is 9 days from today that I'm recording this. So I'm a little bit worried that like everything is gonna happen all at once and I'm gonna get overwhelmed trying to keep on track with schoolwork and moving and all this other stuff. So this week, since it's midterms, I want to make sure that I'm taking enough time and taking a break from like the whole moving process and just making sure that I am doing what I need to do to make sure that I study enough to pass my midterms. We had exams, not this week, but the week before. We had an exam in each class, and I got, it was either one or two questions wrong on each. So I got the same grade for each class on my exams, which is kind of funny. But I've been kind of procrastinating. For example, today is the last day of the class week for us. And I just, like literally a couple hours ago, I just finished the paper, the 2 to 3 page paper for my one class. And the other class, I had everything done before yesterday. But yeah, I've been procrastinating, and it was like a case study on accounting and ethical dilemmas and things like that, and it was just a lot to absorb into my brain and kind of out on a paper, because we had to do like a root cause analysis of the ethical dilemma and talk about critical thinking and how we used critical thinking to figure out what the ethical dilemma was, and then share like what our solution would be for this dilemma and then why we chose that solution. So it was just kind of irritating, and I pushed it off as far as I possibly could, which isn't a good idea. If you're an online student, I feel like it's so much easier to do that, because when you're an online student, you don't necessarily have your professors over your shoulder like, hey, this is due tomorrow. You know, you need to get on this if you haven't started working on it yet. But other than that, I mean, class is going really good. I'm really proud of myself for sticking through this. And I believe tomorrow, it's either tomorrow or the week after, um, I will be able to register for my next set of classes. So when I go through that, I can either vlog as I'm doing it to show you guys what classes I'm picking and kind of talk about why I'm picking those classes, to just kind of show you like what the course descriptions are and things like that, or I can just talk about it afterwards, after I register for them. And I think in my previous video I talked about not doing 4 classes, because I don't know if I could exactly handle 4 classes, especially with moving and getting used to living in a new area and kind of unpacking and all of that jazz. Not that that should be an issue then, because by the time the next term starts, it will be April, so I should have had plenty of time to unpack and get used to where I'm living. But it's going to be an adjustment regardless, because like I've said, I have been living here since 2016, so that's a long time to be living somewhere and then move out and have to adjust to a new town, all of that. But that's besides the topic. I don't want to do 4 classes. I'm going to register for 3 classes and see how I do with that. And I'm sorry if you hear something weird right now. The people upstairs just flushed their toilet, but it's dark in the living room, so I wanted to film this in the bathroom. But anyways, I want to take 3 classes and see how I do with that. And if I feel like I can handle 3 classes, or that I could handle possibly 4 classes, I will adjust accordingly. If I feel like 3 is too much, I'll drop back down to 2. I think I've talked about this before a little bit, but I'm just worried about like everything getting done and making sure that I stay on track to be successful in these 2 classes, because if I pass these 2 classes with at least a 2.0 GPA, I can actually start taking classes in my degree program, because right now these are like prerequisites. They're like the foundational classes that you have to take. So I don't want to just be able to access those classes. I want to be able to choose from like maybe one of the foundational classes, and then, you know, or 2 of the foundational classes and one of my like major classes, if that makes sense. But anyways, I just thought that I would update you guys. I'm definitely still surviving school. It's been an adjustment, and I think it will continue to be an adjustment. Hopefully I'm able to get some good classes that are not stressful for next term, because next term is going to stretch past my birthday, because it's going to start in April. My birthday's in May. Jake's birthday is in May. And so there's a possibility that we may be going to Myrtle Beach for Jake's birthday. Shh, don't tell anybody. But yeah, we shall see. Anyways, thanks for watching. If there's anything you would like me to talk about further, moving, school, work, life, love, all of that jazz, let me know and I will get something filmed for you. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again in my next video.